Hello, I'm Christian Villegas and you're watching Nogales Local News Now. This is the very first 2013 Monsoon continuing coverage, letting you know what's going on around this community so you can stay safe. Good evening guys, I'm Christian Villegas and thank you for joining us here on Nogales Local News Now. We are continuing the coverage of Monsoon 2013 as it arrived here in Santa Cruz County a couple of days ago, and we are getting you the information that you need to know to protect your family, friends, and yourself tonight. Let's watch. Rain, lightning, and flash floods is all the types of natural problems we face when we experience a monsoon. One of the top problems we experience here in Santa Cruz County is flooding. The Santa Cruz Wash is the main factor when we speak about flooding. In the past years, the city of Nogales has faced the problem of repairing the damages caused from the flooding of the Santa Cruz Wash. We even came here to the city of Nogales to interview Mayor Garino as he told us what is the city planning for and how and why. We asked Mayor Garino what was his concerns about this upcoming desert storm.
Well, every year we're always concerned. There's two different reasons we're concerned. One is the amount of water that comes. We're downhill from Nogales, Sonora. All the runoff comes from Nogales, Sonora and all the surrounding hills. That divides our city in half. So I'm concerned about what damages the flood can do. But our biggest concern is the IOI, the International Outfall Interceptor Line, that's in the wash, where that carries close to 12 million gallons of raw sewage from Nogales, Sonora. And we're always concerned that something could rupture. One of the bottom sections of the wash could erode or something, and then uncover the line and rupture, and we will never know anything until the water recedes if there's a problem.
We also asked him what is the city planning to do when this year-long storm comes. This is what we got.
We always prepare for it. We prepare ourselves with the police department, the fire department, in case we have anybody in the wash that comes from Nogales, Sonora. That's happened many, many times, for rescue. And then we're also prepared with public works in case the wash breaches and it goes into our streets, Grand Avenue or Hohokam or any of the other areas.
One big common question is the city capable to spend a large amount of money to help?
We're prepared to spend the money needed for emergency. We're always prepared for that. We hope that it doesn't happen. We've dealt with emergency management with the county government, Santa Cruz County, and also we've always received help from the governor's office and from the federal government, from Senator McCain's office.
As you heard, the city is prepared for any problems to happen. The mayor does share a word to the citizens and business owners of what the city has to offer if harm occurs.
We hope that it doesn't happen. We hope we have we do want the rains. Believe me, everybody wants rains. But what we do want to make sure that I hope it's controlled and I hope we don't have the problems. We're also hoping, and I can tell the residents, that we're working very, very hard in the city of Nogales so that we can get the help from the federal government so that we can, down the road, maybe do something with our wash so that we won't have these problems year after year, year after year. If they see that there's rain, I just want to tell the citizens of Nogales that they need to be prepared for it. We can muster up all our crews, and we always are prepared to have sandbags in case there's water going to go into their businesses or their residents. They can contact the city of Nogales, and we're prepared for that too.
Now that the city has demonstrated the help it will provide, it turns on to how the law will help and give consequences to the people that do not follow the law during the monsoon season. We also came here to the Santa Cruz County Sheriff's Department to find out information on what the department is doing to keep the community safe. This is what they told us. We got a chance to talk to Santa Cruz County Sheriff Tony Estrada and gave to us the information on his side of his job on how his deputies will deal with this monsoon.
Some of the areas, some of the creeks here in Santa Cruz County are very dangerous. People try to drive through those areas, and we have to either put barricades up there, make sure the public works department goes up there. Now, some of these are flash floods, so we don't have an opportunity to react real quickly. So people have to be very careful or very mindful of the fact that they could get caught by these strong currents, and it's very, very dangerous. If they attempt to cross, it is illegal. Anytime that they do that and they get caught and they have to be rescued through our search and rescue or our deputies, they could be fined. They could be fined for the cost of what it takes for us to respond. So not only is it dangerous, but it can be very expensive.
As you heard, if anyone tries to drive into any flash floods or creeks and do get caught, they will get consequences. But not only is the problem always been here, but also undocumented illegal immigrants get caught in these flash floods and sometimes fatally die from drowning in the Santa Cruz Wash.
Particularly undocumented aliens that are unfamiliar, unaware about the flash floods and what can happen, they will go into these arroyos and they do get swept away. There have been bodies that have been recovered here, bodies that have been recovered on the Mexican side. So that's always a danger. But trying to get that message to people that are not from here is very difficult. It's even difficult for the people that live here. You know, they have to be mindful and recognize that it's very, very dangerous and that people will take chances and they don't really realize the force of the water and how it can affect them and how dangerous it can be. So using their vehicles to cross, walking across, they have to be very careful.
Came to the Rio Rico Fire Department to find out what they're doing to help, but when we arrived to get information, the fire department was hosting a day to show other departments like the Nogales Police Department and Tubac Fire how to save a life if a person is stuck in the wash and needs to be rescued.
Resources are thin out here compared to larger metropolitan cities like Tucson and Phoenix. We aim to rely on law and fire to work together to perform rescues such as swiftwater rescues. We're trying to coordinate with law enforcement to be able to assist fire in rescues, and so the training today was to give them some hands-on to help them help us to do rescues and to teach them the dynamics of water and not for like us to become part of the problem and get in the water and become an issue.
The Nogales Police Department had been taught a technique on a tool called a throw bag, which is thrown to a victim that is in a wash and possibly can save lives. As you see, Battalion Chief Mike Burns teaches the police officers and some from Tubac Fire to throw a throw bag. The next technique is a technique which also helps to save lives, and Senior Advisor Frank Granados tells us what it is about.
We're going to simulate that the wash is running, and we're going to take a 24-foot ladder, which would normally go up vertical, like to get on someone's roof, a two-story house, for example, and we're going to lay it down, extend the ladder on the ground down, and then tie a specific knot on part of the ladder and a knot on the top so that we can manage the ladder as it goes over the bridge railing and goes over the bridge railing, and we position it so that we can go down the ladder to safely rescue a victim that's in the wash.
Now that they got those techniques done, we had a chance to talk to PIO of Rio Rico Fire, Patrick McCarthy, and told us the preparation they have for this monsoon.
Well, with the monsoons coming, we prepare for any kind of flood issues, mainly because the Santa Cruz River and the Sonora Creek flow very heavily with the rains, and we have to prepare with swift water rescue training, and we have to prepare for vehicle extrication and recoveries at that time.
Now let's say that you have been caught in a flash flood and you need help. This is what they suggest.
First off, don't panic. If you're caught in a flash flood in your vehicle, stay in your vehicle. If the water starts coming in through your doors and everything, try to get up on top of the roof, scream and yell for help, or use your cell phone. If you're caught in a flash flood and it's just you as a person and you're being swept downriver, keep your feet in front of you and out of the water the best you can and try to float on your back, keeping free of all the snags and stuff you may hit in the bottom with your feet or get a foot impingement and drown.
Rio Rico Fire Department always responds to emergencies of someone in a wash, and what Patrick McCarthy explains here is something good to know that they do.
What we do is we respond on both sides, the left bank and the right bank of the river. Now when the Santa Cruz River is flowing, it's flowing at 1 mile every 3 minutes, which is approximately 20 to 30 miles per hour. So it's very, very quick. So if we get a call in that someone has fallen in the river in Nogales, we're going to post up on the side of the banks here in Rio Rico with throw bags, the technique that you're going to see soon on a video here with the ladders, and we're going to prepare to catch this victim as they're coming down the wash.
In monsoon season, rain, lightning is always what you think about, but when winds come and a power line is down on your car, it's important to know that always dial 911 and do what is to be told.
Certainly, you know, that has happened where the power lines get blown down from high winds. And if you find yourself in that situation where you have a live power line over your car, you need to stay in your car and not touch anything metal. And call the fire department right away, 911, and we'll come out there and also contact the utility companies to take the power away from those lines and get you out of the car. It's totally unsafe for anybody to get out of the car around a live power line. Good news is you know that it's Arizona, and you know, just wait a little bit, the water will go down and it'll be safe to cross, and it'll be much safer for you and much safer for anybody that has to come out and perform a rescue and trying to get you out of that predicament. Just stay out of the predicament and be safe.
Now, stay up to date here on Nogales Local News Now, and we'll give you the latest information on Monsoon 2013. Thank you for watching. I'm Christian Villegas, NLNN. Have a wonderful day.